I mean, we can say we made it.
We made it. It's been a long day.
We're in Guatemala,
Antigua, yeah.
which was like an hour, because you arrived Guatemala, but then it was an hour transport to actually Antigua. But it's really beautiful. Actually, it was worth the 1 hour drive.
Oh.
There was like some hills, but I actually didn't get sick, which is good. So we've come to a little cafe because we can't actually go to our Airbnb until the afternoon. But we've been up since, well, our flight at 3 AM. Yeah, we like haven't slept. I tried to sleep on the plane, so we're about to get like a big typical breakfast and coffee to get us through the day.
Passenger princess.
Passenger princess. That's me. Cobblestones and a suitcase.
This place doesn't have English.
No. Anyway, this is a little local street food, but it's actually so fancy inside. But very cheap, lots of chicken. Grabbing another bite until we can go to our Airbnb.
Alright, so we got some street food in Antigua.
Good morning, it is day 2, but technically our first day waking up in Antigua, Guatemala, and our bedroom view is just insane. This volcano is quite the view. Cafe work stint.
Done. How long was that? I was like out of it.
I think it's like 2.5 hours. But yeah, we decided to come to a cafe this morning, have a proper coffee. As you would have seen in my previous New York vlog, not proper coffee. It's a Sunday here in Antigua, so there's plenty of markets open. See what we find. But yeah, let's
Maybe
go.
another coffee.
Yeah, that too. I don't know what this certain mountain is called, but
Cerro de la Cruz, I think. Or Cerro de la Cruz.
well, it was a pretty easy hike, but you get a lot of elevation, so it feels a bit out of breath compared to what that size hike would any other distance.
Not even showing a sense.
No, I couldn't. See, elevation's gone to the head.
Hypoxia. no oxygen to the brain.
Yep, it's cutting low. Anyway, it's a beautiful view and sunset view, so we did a little sunset hike.
Shall we?
We shall. Alright, it's day 3. We're heading to, I look naked, heading to another cafe stint. We actually have been super jet lagged, so we woke up at 3 AM and we're wide awake. So we got up and we went to the gym. Being this jet lagged makes it feel like we've lived a whole life. It's only 9 AM. We are at like a, I would say a very fancy cafe for Antigua. They've all been beautiful, but this one has got a great like work, digital nomad space. A beautiful coffee. It tastes like I'm in Melbourne. Cheers.
Actually, no, it's
Alright. Medellin. No, we're not in Medellin.
This is such a small.
Guatemala. It is day 4. Day 4? Yeah, day 4. And we went to, I'll put in the clips, but we went to the chocolate making class yesterday, and it was the best experience of my life because it went for 2 hours, and I thought that's a long time. But it went so quick because we watched how to fully do the whole fermentation, drying process, through the machine.
You missed a few steps.
I did miss
What were the 5 steps?
There was 5 steps to making chocolate straight from the cacao bean. And there's no other ingredient other than
the cacao bean,
and which also then makes cacao butter.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was like cacao butter in the bean.
So we ended up making our own homemade bluff, which is like, tastes like 80% dark chocolate.
She said 70. She said 70.
She said 70? Oh. The best part was, my favorite part was, when we cracked the cacao bean and there was the shell, we then used the shell as like a loose leaf tea, and it was the best tasting beer. I said pea. The best tasting tea I've ever had, because it was like basically a magnesium. She said helps with insomnia.
Magnesium, iron, zinc.
Yeah, and it was so delicious, like a cacao tea. It was better than the hot chocolate. But yeah, we got to add like little. I should bring the camera in. Homemade, straight from the cacao bean chocolate. Highly recommend. If you come to Guatemala, definitely go to the cooking class. It might seem expensive, I guess, compared to everything else kind of here, but it was how much? 40 Australian dollars each?
Less, like 30,
less,
35.
yeah, about 35 Australian dollars, which then that's actually not even that expensive, but compared to like how cheap everything kind of is, it sounds more expensive because it was 360 quetzal.
Quetzals is the
Quetzals.
Quetzales.
Quetzales. 360 quetzales, roughly 30 Australian dollars. Anyway, day 4, off to the gym. That was the first time I understood Spanish for my coffee order. We'll get a different angle. Oh, I'm out.
How you feeling the elevation?
Antigua gym. Elevation. First night going out for a beautiful dinner. We're on a rooftop terrace, so it's got the whole view of the volcano, and we're gonna get food, maybe a cocktail. So today we're moving out of this Airbnb that we've been in for I think 4 nights. And we're heading to a hostel, because then from the hostel we're heading to a new place still in Guatemala, but instead of Antigua we're going to Lake Atitlán, which is literally all around water, and we will catch like a shuttle, then a boat. So that's where we're off to next. So I just finished packing up our bags. It didn't need to be perfect because we're just kind of transporting. It's kind of a semi-travel day. I feel like big travel days are when you're getting on the aeroplane, which will be our next spot after Lake Atitlán. We will have to come back to Guatemala airport and going to Medellin next. But yeah, that is our morning. We went out for a beautiful dinner last night with the most beautiful terrace rooftop volcano view I've ever seen. So that was so nice. It's beautiful. It's actually quite a cool breeze. This is technically like Guatemala's winter, but honestly I'm still in like nothing because it still gets really hot during the day, but the mornings and the evenings are so refreshing. So if you come during this kind of time, November, December, it is technically their winter, but it is perfect weather. I'm about to go to a cafe, do a work stint, coffee, because it is so good here. And yeah, I'm still been struggling with the jet lag. We have been waking up so incredibly early. It is insane, like 3 a.m, 4 a.m, 5 a.m, we're starting our day, which is beautiful, but it's also just like, we're like, why are we so tired? But anyway, let's go for the day before we move to our hostel. 5:40 in the morning in Guatemala, which we leave today. So we decided we'd get some movement in and head to the gym. But we haven't been to this gym. There's a few noisy motorbikes up at 5 AM. But it's actually so peaceful just walking the streets when no one is around. So we'll suss out a new gym for our last day in Antigua. Probably because there'll also be a lot less gyms available to us over the next little bit. So before we sit on a 2-ish, 3-hour long bus ride to Lake Atitlán, we'll move our butt. That looks so nice.
Look at these people going for a run.
Just saw some locals doing their movement as well. So yum, French toast. Anyway, day 2 in, I think I did say that we arrived at La Casa del Mundo, which is
In Lake Atitlán.
basically a tree house in the middle of the lake. Try to show more of La Casa del Mundo because it is like a really hard place to kind of get into. You need to book in advance. It's very unique and beautiful. We made it off our little boat, which you saw. We're now in San Marcos.
San Marcos, yeah.
San Marcos. So just a little boat trip, 20 minutes roughly. And it's a really local little hilly town. It's so hilly, but we stopped off actually to try a different kind of cuisine compared to like the local food. So we're at a Middle Eastern Israeli food, which will be very nice, highly recommended as well. And it's a view of all the volcanoes and mountains, so it's very, very nice. Okay, so this is our little, it's so messy because it's very little cute and tiny in here, but our accommodation I would highly, highly recommend. You also barely need to spend any time in your bedroom, so if it's the tiny thing that's putting you off, don't let it be. Literally book this place because the services here, it is just the most relaxing vibe you could possibly do. You basically just keep racking up a tab. So be wary of that, but again, it's quite affordable. It's definitely more expensive here than say local areas, but you rack up a tab and then you pay it all before you leave, which is kind of a cool concept because if you just need to go get a drink, you can just grab a drink. They're really just making it like a full like resort relaxation vibe, but you feel like you're in a treetop. So today, like you saw, we went out on the boat. Oh my god, I will add in a clip. We got incredibly motion sick. Be wary of kind of, I guess, the time of day you go out on the boats because it is extremely choppy in the afternoon. So that was a bit hectic. I was literally getting air on my seat, but all a part of the experience. So now just relaxing, trying to work on my tan. I did get slightly burnt, but it's beautiful here. It's very hot. There's water you can jump into. Definitely recommend La Casa del Mundo. Oh my god, there's a bug on my camera. Anyway, day 2 of waking up in paradise, still in La Casa del Mundo, but yeah, today's going to be a really relaxing day. I do not think we'll be going on the boat after that choppy experience today. We'll probably just stay in our little humble abode. But yeah, we're about to go down for coffee and do some work. But we got up really early and we watched the sunrise over the volcanoes, which you would have seen, which was just beautiful. And it's been a bit of a little like chillier morning, and now the sun is like coming out and it's so nice. So I'm excited for coffee. That's all I can say. Let's do a little outfit check. I've kind of been wearing the same thing like every day. Our last full day here in Lake Atitlán before we then venture back to kind of Guatemala, but just for the airport. then Costa Rica just for the airport before we then go to Medellin.
Didn't need 2 separate plates for these.
Alright, I'm in my hammock, which is like my favorite thing about this place. I have always just loved hammocks, the idea of them, the relaxing vibe, just watching someone in a hammock, like it's next level relaxation. I'm in such a little like secluded spot right now that no one is even around me. I got out of breath hiking up to get here. But that is okay. I feel good that that's my fitness over the last few days. In Guatemala, as you saw, I was able to go to a gym in Lake Atitlán. It is literally the stairs to get to my bedroom. That is my gym. And it is an amazing kind of fitness because the elevation here is also incredibly high. So it feels great to test your fitness level to that capacity. But yeah, I'm going to sit here, read my Kindle, and enjoy my last day. So this will probably also be the ending of this first part of Central America because we did Guatemala and Lake Atitlán. I'm gonna keep this as one vlog. But yeah, would I recommend this place? 100%. Is it on the pricier side but still so affordable compared to getting this anywhere else around the world? Like, this is incredibly cheap for the experience, what it is, the view, and where you are in the world. So I highly recommend, if you're going to splurge a little bit on like a budget kind of travel holiday, definitely add this into your list if you're going to Central America because it is so worth it. Travel comes with so much discomfort, but if you can enjoy the little pockets of it where you fully get to relax and just know that you'll never see this place again, like just try and always have faith in feeling blessed and grateful for where you are. That helps with any kind of like discomfort that comes with travel, because I think that's not highlighted enough, because of course people are going to want to show the highlight reels, simply as I do as well, but it's definitely worth these kind of moments when you get to relax and enjoy this beautiful place.